Once in a while, put your sack on the track, ho. Probably a couple junkers. You acting funny, like it's some kind of game. Stain it up, sir, in front of my name. I keep my head up, keep getting better. Build this rap god, I'm going platinum again. You acting funny, like it's some kind of game. Slate it up, sir, in front of my name. Dominating your domicile, in and out just like a robbery. Call the cops now.
Well, welcome everybody to Let the Record Spin, episode number 3.
Oh, you tiki now? Go ahead, light your torch.
Hip Hop Radar Underground Show.
Let go. Sit back, relax, don't go act a fool. We gon' puff some weed and keep on acting cool. I'm on that chill shit, always keeping it real shit. The vibes going up like the smoke in the room, cuz
It's that Hip Hop Radar Underground Show. This that Hip Hop Radar Underground Show.
Yo, SGR crew, welcome back to Hip Hop Radar Underground. I am Sack Juggalo, and you are watching another VIP artist interview. This time we got Tacos and Tiaras in the house. How you doing today?
I'm doing good. How are you? It's funny that we're now catching up, even though we just caught up, in sound check.
Exactly. Nothing happens 2 seconds before we go live. I'm just telling y'all right now. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, we were getting to know each other a little bit. We've never actually spoke before. We've known of each other's existence, but here's the thing. I had no idea, and thank you everybody for not showing me Leanie's work, man, because I just thought she just loved music like we do. And it turns out that she playing the ukulele, she's playing the guitar, she's playing the bass, she's singing, she's collaborating with tons of people all over the internet, and I had no clue, man. So I was just recently going through a lot of her work, and I was like, we got to put some of this on for Friday. So we played the Friday clip of the music video of the Bengals cover that you had done. Lainey, how long you been playing the ukulele for?
All right. So I was just talking about this the other day. I decided for Mother's Day 2000 something that I wanted a ukulele. I was in the those impulse buys.
Oh, yeah.
I was in a music store and I was just looking around. I was looking at sheet music and stuff, and I saw the ukulele display, and I can't even tell you what the brand is, but it's a cheap beginner instrument. It was only $30, and I'm like, yeah, I want that. So
that's
I'm
a good
like,
deal.
okay.
I mean, if you like it,
Yeah.
great. It's a great $30 investment. If not, it's just $30.
Yeah, and for a while it was a $30 dust catcher. It's like I played it, had a little bit of fun with it, just goofing around and playing songs for some of my friends. But then, once the newness wears off, you let it just kind of sit there. And I mean, it was literally a dust catcher. I had to get the vacuum and vacuum out the sound hole because there were cobwebs. And I'm like, it's gross. But so enter 2020 and everybody's at home. You have all the time in the world to do the projects that you've been putting off. Yeah. So one of mine was cleaning my room, and then I looked at the ukulele and I was like, okay, well, maybe we can, start playing with this. And it didn't start off all that great because, you get the idea of how an instrument works, and you can sit there and pluck on it, strum on it and everything, but you can also do it wrong. So I discovered that there's a method to strumming. So I went on and I actually was putting out videos on Instagram first, and that's how I started getting acquainted with the ukulele community. And there's some very encouraging folks that I would ask them, are there any tutorials or people to follow, so I could learn how to do this right? And so there's some recommendations, and I would go and I'd look up, strumming and strum patterns, and then you kind of get that down. And then as far as chords, there's there's some really easy chords and then there's more advanced chords. And so I'm like, okay, well, we're just going to do everything in key of C because that is just one finger on one string and the rest are open and,
Oh, okay.
strum that. So I was doing pretty much every song in the key of C. And if I needed another key, I'd just get a capo to change, where it was fretted and then
Is that the
just
little
play it
thing
that
that,
way.
that clips on to where the
Yep.
strings are? Okay, cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
That little clippy thing.
I mean, I really love listening to actual instruments being played. I think that's a talent that hopefully will never be lost. There's a lot of talents that's been lost. Like we don't have blacksmiths no more. You know what I'm saying? And real metal workers and stuff like that.
Right.
Word workers, but hopefully people will never stop picking up instruments, man.
Oh yeah.
So
Well, one of the things that struck me with the other day, you had played one of my collaborations and Big Kahuna had pointed out, so I had to go over there and like, listen, read the chat, see how it went over. And you had commented about playing instruments. And I was thinking, it's like, yeah, there's, a lot of us who play instruments, but also a lot of us who will go and do something electronically because you can go and, decide, okay, I want a flute in this. I'm not going to find a flute player. I'm just going to, go into my application and pick out the flute sound.
right.
But see, that's still something that's foreign to me. All the folks out there who can make beats and do it so well. And then there's other folks that'll do whole orchestras of things.
That's a fact.
And I'm just like blown away because I don't have the time or patience. I probably have the time. I just don't have the patience, sit down and learn something. So the folks who've either invested that or just naturally can do this stuff without much training, I'm like, wow, maybe we can switch roles at some point here. You learn the ukulele and I'll learn to do what you do.
Be teacher and student at the same time. That's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because that's the
Yeah.
thing about
Everybody should
music.
be open to learning.
Right. The thing about music and probably the music process, I don't understand that's that side as much, but I'm sure that there's a lifetime of studying to be done. Like
Oh,
you will probably never learn everything, that you'd want to learn in the music side of that stuff in one lifetime.
That's true. And I mean, it's always changing too, because when I think back to um, what I thought like a music career would be, when we were growing up, you were only limited to, the traditional ways of getting music out there or performing.
Right.
People were, literally on stages or whatever venue to perform or a recording studio. But now, because of technology, everybody can have a recording studio at home.
Yeah.
Everybody can have a stage at home. Like
It's a
right
beautiful
now,
thing,
you
too.
and I are on a virtual stage.
Exactly. Shout out to the internet first and foremost, absolutely, because you're absolutely right. Great people like in the chat. We got Dan Anderson. God bless you, my dude, for real. Lowry Miss Mosh right here, channel right here. I see she had subscribed to the channel a few days ago. So I was like, yo, that is super nice. Who is Laurie? You know what I'm saying? And then I'm watching like her intro video, and guess who I see in the intro video? I see Tacos and Tiara in there. And I was like, okay, this is okay, cool. This is cool because this is community shit, right? Like
Exactly.
this is exactly how a community should work. We are all going to be crossing paths at some point in this YouTube journey, right? And if we could be nice to each other, support each other in what we do, it's going to be better for the entire world, because we're putting positive energy out there, and I'm a
Absolutely.
big component of positive energy. That's for sure.
I'm looking at who's in chat right now, and I could tell you that Dan and Lori are two of my longest and closest communities. And both of them, just like you, it's about having something positive to share. It's not just your content, but also other people's.
Yeah.
So Dan goes live daily, Monday through Saturday,
Oh wow.
somewhere in the early afternoon. And over there, I'll moderate his stream, but he still runs it as a grow stream. So
Okay.
folks will come over, and if they're in there, I'll drop their link. And there's a lot of folks connecting. One of the folks happens to be Jorge Echevarria.
Shout out to my dude George, man. I love that guy, man. That dude
Right.
is a fucking gem.
Right.
Like,
So he was the biggest supporter of a bunch of channels with no content himself. And I was finally like, Jorge, just put up one video so we could come by, show some love. And then he's been doing what content he feels called to do. I remember he was doing coloring.
that was
He'll
cool.
do some walkabouts outside, show
Also
me your
cool.
weather. And again, just a positive person who's just, every chat that I run into with him, he's just the same, positive energy. And I think, as you can see, I gravitate towards where it's positive. Now, Lori, she and we met through Dan. One day, Lori comes, in the chat saying hi and everything. And then she and I, just instant connection. She asked me to fill in on a collab, which, dang, it's falling out of my head. And Lori could probably say which one was our first collab with a full band. But then she and I went on to do our very own thing of the Go-Go's Head Over Heels.
Hey,
And
y'all right in my era too. I'm telling you, because I was like everything. I knew everything that you guys have been doing. I was just like, I know all these, dude. This is fucking awesome.
yeah, well, it's funny because again, besides gravitating towards positive energy, I think there's a bunch of us in the same peer group that grew up around the same time. We're close to it, and we just find each other. That's it. Lori says heaven is a place on earth.
I love
Yeah,
it.
I think, all of us and Belinda Carlisle and all the,
Hey,
yeah, that's right, Lori, 80s. We can't get out of the 80s.
that's a fact. As a '80s baby, well, I'm a '70s baby, but as a person who grew up in the '80s, I love it. Everything '80s. All the music, man. Like there was so much great music in the '70s and '80s. It's just ridiculous.
Yeah, well, some of the songs that have had covers. Um, Yesterday I was actually on a long drive and I was listening to radio and Disturbed came on and had one of their songs, but they had that cover of The Sound of Silence, Simon and Garfunkel. And again, it was one of those things when you do it your way with your own spin on it. It's not that you're trying to necessarily redo it. It's just that it's another way to, how you feel called to present it. And I mean, seriously, that's some really haunting version.
Yeah, that song itself is very, very mysterious and deep, and it's kind of like you said, haunting. Especially if you could, just put a pair of headphones on. I like to listen to music with my headphones on, and when you get songs that are like melodic like that and very just that tone of silence is deafening.
Right.
And to understand that is fucking crazy. It blows my mind. Music blows my mind constantly.
Yeah, well, that appreciation of both music and silence. I mean, it's like I can sit at home with nothing on and be fine. I don't need to turn on the TV. I'll turn on the radio for music, but I don't need to necessarily have background sound.
Yeah.
Which reminds me, it's like I don't know if my mic is going to pick it up. I'm in the kitchen, but the refrigerator is over here, and it's old. So it'll cycle through, how the fan cycles.
Oh yeah.
But then when it stops, it sounds like something is like dropping and like crashing. So I don't know if you hear it. I know you'll let me
So
know.
on the back of your air conditioner or somewhere in the bottom, there's going to be like a tube thing, right? And when that thing kicks off, it shakes. That's
Right.
probably that sound you're hearing.
I bet.
Because, when things get old, they start going loose and stuff, whatnot. But yeah, just in case you need to go make sure that that's still working. There's like a little tank on there that'll shake and rattle when it kicks off.
Shake, rattle, and roll.
Yeah, it
Hey,
sounds like
I'm
it's about
looking
to
at
blow
chat
up.
again. Got some more folks who rolled in.
Shout out to my dude Kahuna. Caitlin, how you doing? I hope y'all having a great weekend. We are capping the Sunday off with the one and only Tacos and Tiaras. And she said, why tacos and the tiaras? So I had to read it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, okay, that's a great question. That's a question that I would have had. You know what I'm saying? But now I get to answer it. It's because
Yeah,
she
so tell
loves
us why.
tacos and she loves wearing her tiara. And she don't care if she's wearing a flannel shirt and some camo pants. She will rock that. I'm telling you, doing dishes, doing housework, and a tiara. That's how you do it, man. That's living and loving life to the fullest. I love that.
Thank you.
Go
Yeah,
ahead and get into the taco part. I don't want to answer all your questions, but let us know how you like your tacos.
Oh Lord. So somebody actually asked me, do I really eat tacos every Taco Tuesday? And that's the goal. It's just like, when they say everything in moderation, and
Absolutely.
it's like you can have healthy tacos, you can make
Hmm.
keto tacos because there's all these folks out there that, do the keto nutrition.
Hmm.
But where there's a will, there's a way. So I was telling Lori actually about I had to go slumming and get Taco Bell one day, and she said up where she is they don't have Taco Bells or not many of them, and that she's never had it. I'm like, don't do it.
Yeah,
Just really
don't do
don't.
it. I used to love Taco Bell, and I had stopped eating all fast food for like almost all year now, right? Here and there, I had like some Panda Express, some In-N-Out Burger, but nothing like Burger King or McDonald's, right?
In-N-Out Burger.
Oh, so good, dude. It's
I
so good.
know. See, I'm on the East Coast, so
Mm.
I've only been out there once. It was earlier this year, so that was the first time going to In-N-Out Burger, Whataburger. Um, what's that? The not Taco Bell. Oh, Del Taco,
Del Taco,
which
yeah.
they also have breakfast.
Yes.
So it's like I think I could do Del Taco more than once in a day.
Right.
And but yeah, sorry, fast
No, no,
food. We're
no.
talking about not eating it.
No,
Just like,
you're
oh.
good. You're good. It's just that I went to Taco Bell probably a few months back, and I was like, you know what? I'll just grab this box real quick. It was some box, with the taco and the burrito and some special thing and a drink. The thing was so greasy, I could not eat it. I could not finish
Yeah.
it. I was like, I used to eat this like I'd go there every day and eat Taco Bell. I wouldn't care. Now I'm like, I can't fucking eat it. It's crazy.
No, I'm thinking it's like we're realizing we're getting older and our tastes have changed.
Mm,
But then aside from taste changing, also knowing that we're supposed to be doing better nutrition, at the very least for heart health. So, when you're
yeah.
taking care of your heart, and I know a lot of us, are concerned about what we weigh. When you're eating right for your heart, the weight's going to drop because you start eating better stuff. But yeah, I'll still eat McDonald's, not necessarily happily, but the fries, seriously, still love their fries.
Oh, facts. Facts. He wants to know tacos or empanadas. I'm trying to figure out this.
Oh man, I love empanadas. My mom used to make those. And I'm trying to remember. I think she just did like ground beef and peas.
Mm,
I can't think of anything else in there. There's probably other stuff like onions or something, but still, she had one of those little crimpers. So, you get the dough and then you just crimp it shut.
yeah.
Yeah,
See, now that's
those are
another thing.
good.
When you're in the kitchen, and you got all these new appliances, but think about the old appliances. Like the old waffle makers. Those things will last forever, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then
Yeah,
you get
it's
something
like
that's made
our
today.
parents'
And,
appliances. It's like,
yeah,
mom had this waffle iron and still the same waffle iron. But then you bought your waffle iron like 3 years ago and now it's, shredded.
exactly. How does that happen?
They
Like
don't
they
make
used to
them
make
like they
things.
used to.
That is a fact. That is a fact.
They
I
make
know
them
we got
cheap.
into the food. Hey, you know what? It's so easy to get into the food conversation over here. That is facts. Les, thank you for coming through. Robbie, big salute, guys. How y'all doing, man? I hope y'all having a good time. We are with the one and only Tacos and Tiara. Now, her link tree is in the description below, so make sure you click on that. You'll be able to find all the social media, all that. So, websites
Thank
in there,
you.
the whole nine.
That's right. Yeah. So the website, that was actually how the whole thing started. Tacosandtiaras.com. And that was in 2019. So 2019, I'm sitting here thinking, I've got a lot to say about, positivity, having less anxiety and stress in your life, and using gratitude. So I started off blogging. And what I did was I used social media to promote the blog. So a lot of my early social media is on TikTok and Instagram. Those were like the two easiest ways to put stuff out there because, both of them are geared towards short. It's like a minute or less at the time.
Yeah.
And so I had my YouTube channel. I just wasn't using it because it's like, wasn't thinking shorts, thinking videos.
Yeah.
And
They didn't even
trying to
have
remember
shorts
where
back
I was
then.
going with that. Right, exactly. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was one of those things that while I'm on this ride, I'd gone from Instagram and TikTok to duplicating stuff on YouTube. And when you find all the ins and outs about YouTube and the different ways they'd like to screw you over with your content, it's like if you're putting something created on TikTok on your YouTube, it's now not going to count because it's not originally for YouTube.
Right.
Forget exactly how they say that and, all the fine print. It's in there. But so, yeah, I started off writing blogs, and I really have not written any in the last couple of years because I focused on making videos, which was by accident. I really wasn't intending to make music videos, but it turned out that a natural flow for me to put something out there daily to just be the light in somebody's day, because it's like there really is a lot of sadness out there or meanness or whatever, and just that negative energy. And I'm like, well, it's too easy to put negative out there. Let me challenge myself to put positive out there. Yeah. And so my videos started off on Facebook just with my friends, where anybody who's been following me knows that my thing is that I'll just record, and what comes out, errors and all. And most of the time it's pretty funny because when I mess up, I just laugh it off, or it's like I'll be playing a chord, I'm like, fuck, and then I have to start over, but laugh it up, keep moving on. And that just seemed like the natural way to put something out there daily. And then it was a lot of work trying to come up with something to write even weekly for the blog. So blog has fallen by the wayside, but there's still plenty of content out there, and it's like organized. So if anybody's interested in the kinds of stuff I write, just like Zach said, go down to the link tree, find my blog, look through categories. And the little bit of writing I do now is like I'll include a description in my videos. So there's always something in there that I want to say about gratitude. I try to list 3 things that I'm grateful for in each of those videos. And then I try to make it a nightly habit that, when folks go to bed and they say their prayers, I count the 3 things that I'm most grateful for at that moment.
I love it.
I try to do the same thing when I wake up in the morning, because that just gets you, setting the right tone for the day. And I mean, I know it's so easy to wake up and, you wake up and you've got to go to work or whatever, and you're just like, fuck, it's like, don't wake up like that. Wake up and feel grateful that you woke up, you're on the right side of it. Yeah. And it's like, just always trying to find something to be happy about. And there's also some stuff that, you can never find gratitude in certain experiences. One of my friends was talking about this the other day. But You don't have to be grateful for something, but you can honor that it has a space in your life, whether it's for a lesson learned or, just something, and try not to wallow in the negativity, but find something positive about it.
That's a fact. And that's if because we all know what's going on in the world. Everything's popping off. It's getting crazy out there. So it does take people like you, Laurie, Robbie, Dan, Kahuna, my dude George, it takes y'all, it takes everybody to put out as much positive energy as you can in this world, because the only thing that's going to combat crazy shitheads is fucking great people, man. And that's and you could be you could come up to somebody who's just a jerk, you know what I'm saying? Like, I had somebody throw a cherry at my truck a few months back, right? And at first I was really mad because it's my shit and I'm paying for it and I don't want it to get fucked up, right?
Right.
So I turn around, I pull up in the middle of the street, and I said, "You know what? Calm fuck down, Josh." He's standing there. I was like, "Come over here." The dude walked up to my truck in the middle of 4 lanes of traffic. I'm in the suicide lane. He walked up to my truck. I said, "Are you okay, dude?" He looked at me and he goes, "I thought you wanted to fight me." I was like, Nah, that'd be too easy, bro." I was like, "Are you okay?" You know what I'm saying? Like, he's like, "No, I'm not okay." He's a homeless kid. He's probably like early 20s, and you could tell like he had the weight of the world on his shoulders, right? So I was like, "You want a hug, bro?"
Aww.
And he's like, "Yeah." And he started fucking crying, dude. And I was just like, I gave him a hug. I was like, "I got $4, bro. Here's $4. You know what I'm saying? Take it." He's like, "No, I don't want it." I was like, "Take it." So that ended. I went down the street, flipped around. He's just sitting, on the curb with his head in his hands, like recontemplating life. You know what I'm saying? And that right there was freaking awesome.
Yeah, you're gonna make me cry because it's like you think about an immediate action and the first thing you think is negative.
Mm-hmm.
But then when you stop for a moment and think about it and think maybe this person's got something else going on. And I think, I don't know, it's been about 5 years. I'd seen a thing that said, just be kind because you never know what somebody else is going through.
Facts.
5 years ago, I was standing in line to go vote. And it was just, local voting going on. And there was a dad that I saw come in, and I knew what his story was. His daughter had died
Oh, man.
just, like a week before. And so he's, just here with all the other voters waiting in line, blending right in. And I'm thinking, he's out here just trying to get through a day. And, most of us are, most of us suck at waiting. It's like you want everything instant. So, it's very easy to be waiting for something and complaining. And, I'm watching him and knowing, it's like, I can't imagine what he's going through. And so the fact that, you're like, instead of just coming at somebody because of what just happened, for you to actually find compassion before you kept going down that path, and then what it led to, where it's just like, yeah, you don't know what somebody else is going through.
Yeah, and that's a fact, because like, we're all different people. Even like, I was talking about this last night, I think. Even if you grow up in the same house right next to somebody your entire life, your perspective on life is completely different. Even though you guys see things that are there every day, you see them differently. You hear things every day, but they're heard differently,
Right.
And it is really amazing that you can connect with somebody that you've never met, you've never shook hands with, you never even talked to before, like you and I right now, and it's amazing that you can find these relationships throughout the entire world with just amazing freaking people. That's why I
Right.
always say, like, the majority of the world have to be good people, Because if the majority of the world were bad people, we'd be in way worse shape.
True.
That's a fact.
I love though that within YouTube, because that's really only a microcosm of the bigger picture. Um, these music communities, yours, and what we were saying earlier with Lori and Dan, and a bunch of other communities that, I go to regularly. Um, everybody connects somehow. And you're going to have the folks that you're closer to, and then some folks that you never run into. And just knowing that everybody has some kind of common goal, even though you don't necessarily see it, And we've talked about one of our common goals here was positivity and just making the world a better place. And music is definitely a way to do it. And some folks will hear songs differently than somebody else. I was having a conversation not long ago where you listen to lyrics and you're like, what are they really saying? Oh, there's some guy on social media who will do the videos where it's just like when you really listen to the lyrics of such and such song, and then you just watch his face looking, kind of horrified when you realize what they're really singing about.
Right? That's a fact.
But I love our music communities because everybody has a common purpose. And, some folks are more musicians. You've got me who's less musician. I call myself a musical light worker because I just use music as my platform for being able to put something positive out there and change the energy.
Yeah.
And then it's sad to see when folks are getting competitive with each other communities, other, creators, because we have an abundant world. There is room for everybody. And, what you were saying earlier about seeing things differently. Yeah. Also, we create differently. And so when everybody's creating, what's coming from their heart, that represents, how they feel, just themselves, putting themselves and their heart into the world. There's room for that.
Yeah.
You wouldn't exist if there wasn't room for you.
That's a fact. And just real quick, we got less than 2 minutes left on this Zoom meeting. So
Okay.
Yeah, because I'm broke. It's $15 a month. Can you believe that? That's more than
Wow.
Disney and Netflix combined. I don't know how they do it. So what happens? Just click the original link I gave you. It'll put you right back into the Zoom meeting. Okay.
Okay, I can do that.
It's
Easy peasy.
Too easy. I want to shout out the chat. Letra come through. Letra? It's probably Letra. I apologize if I got that wrong. We got Letra coming through. Who else came through? Frank Terzo. Yo, shout out to y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming and hanging out with us today. I know you guys are really putting in a lot of support for your girl over here, and we are enjoying the conversation. When we get back from the Zoom ending calling, we're going to put on a track for you guys, and we'll let our ears do some dancing. We'll let our ears dance. That's what we do.
Curious to find out what that is. I see all my family out there. Hey guys, I'm so glad you came out here.
Hey,
Thank you so much.
it's absolute love. My actual, in real life friend, Chris, is in the chat. Shout out to the Novello family. I love y'all, man. Good to see y'all. Yeah, that's my best friend in the whole world. Right
Hey, Chris Novello.
there. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's so funny because it's like how there's the delay and everything. So like the chat's in real time, but you and I are talking, and then I'm looking at the I'm trying not to look at the video while I'm looking at chat. And I'm like, man, it's really fucking with my head today. I'm still getting over being sick.
I tell you what, though, your support group over here has got the chat moving at a clip. It generally doesn't move this fast.
Oh, they're awesome.
Here. Yeah, they are awesome. That's what's up. I love to see good people in the chat. Oh, there we go. And people sharing love with each other. You know what I'm saying? Just showing respect to each other. That shit fire. I find that to be the best. I'm the type of guy who always likes to try and find the good in people. If I could find the good people, man, that's who I want to hang out with. Let's see who won. Tacos beat empanadas handily. By the way, it was a 2-1. It was a 2-1 margin. Did you take part, Aline? Did you take part in the empanadas tacos poll?
I did.
Oh yeah, we got taco lover right there. Who's missing anybody want to take part and try to get that number up for the empanadas? You still got a few minutes. You know how we do around here. We always root for the underdog.
Yeah, it was like I can't click on empanadas. It's like,
Yeah, I don't even know.
but there should have been a selection for both because it's like always choose both.
There should have been a third option, right? Absolutely. That was my bad. So, if you were to start doing like live shows, how do you think that would play? Like, I'm not talking about just live on the internet. I'm talking about like live in person, like maybe at a local tavern or something. You think you would ever do some stuff like that?
Yeah, actually, I've been working on that.
Oh, nice.
The past year, I've been, getting myself some gear again. So when we were saying that, always be kind, you never know what somebody's going through. You also never know who you're going to meet.
That's a
So
fact.
I was getting my eyes checked so I could get, my updated prescriptions. And while I was working with the optician, one of those op people that does the glasses, or, doing all that stuff, we're chatting. And it turns out that I'm trying to remember how the conversation went. For some reason, we're talking about music. And he mentioned that he has a son that plays guitar, blah, 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 blah. And that they also book folks to play at the bar that's in the same shopping center. And I was like, really? And it's like, okay, because I don't remember why we were talking about me and ukulele and guitar. But anyway, he's like, yeah, you should, get in over there. So I got some gear with that in mind, but I've also been using it to play at well, I want to go play at my dad's home, retirement community, but I also a couple months ago went and played at another assisted living, and that was like the most fun.
Oh,
It's
that's
like I
dope.
think I've always liked older people because when we were in school, we would go and perform at a retirement home. And, it's like that. I tell you, they are like the most appreciative audience. It's like, I think they're just happy to have somebody come and pay attention
Yeah,
and
yeah.
spend time with them. But I had fun because I told them, I was just like, I'm just here to play and sing. If you know the song, sing along. And we had a little sing along going.
That's
And it
awesome.
was great to look out there and see the ones singing. And when I finished, there was this one lady in particular that was just clapping so enthusiastically and just smiling the whole time. I mean, that made my day. And I knew
See,
that was like the right thing to do. It's
yeah,
just, it's not a paid gig, it's volunteer. And it's like, I will
right.
give my time to them because, you know, they're just worth it. So,
That's awesome. I'm so
but
glad
yeah,
to hear
so
that.
I'm working on trying to do more performances, live in person. But I've also not broken ground yet as far as doing my own live streaming on any of the platforms,
Yeah,
which I'm equipped to do it. It's just a matter of, you know, going through okay, you don't know how it's going to go until you actually do it.
yeah.
So I'm sure that your experience with doing your shows, you started off with what you had. And then, you've built as far as your gear and stuff, but then also um, your formats or, just everything. And sometimes along the way, you run into, a detour or whatever. And it's like, but you just have to figure out how to work through it or make it work. So,
That's that's
um,
that's you are so correct. You know, the thing is, like when I first started this channel, I was just doing reaction videos, which are great. I love doing reaction videos. I just don't have time to do them anymore. But I haven't done a reaction video in like over a year. But I have always stuck to doing these live shows. For one, I don't have to worry about any editing and uploading. It's just we're live. We get to talk to the people, and include the people in the chat and really form a bond with them, over years of talking to them and getting to know each other. And I think that is taking priority now over any reaction videos. I still do the Friday thing because I still like doing reactions, but they're live now.
Right.
That's the only thing. But I think you would have a great time going live because you're a very cool person and you got a lot of energy, and you're doing great on this live right now. Let me know how
Thanks.
y'all feeling out there. Y'all
Well,
want to see
one of the
some more
things
live?
I figured it's just like the first format for me to go live would be doing a Freestyle Friday live. Freestyle Friday for the past year has been like the one video I know I'm going to put out on any week. It's a one video a week. It's like Friday. It's the least effort for the most part because, like I told you earlier, it's like my oldest videos, some of them I was literally rolling out of bed and just seeing where I was with a song. And so, there's nothing more than, and even then I might have done a little more with, no, those were the ones that I didn't use a mic. I just used my phone because it's, progress check.
Yeah.
And so, some of the ones that take the least effort go over really well. And I think that's part of it. Like I was saying about, just get started and don't be afraid of making mistakes, learn along the way. That's
Look at
part
these
of my
people in this
charm.
chat right here absolutely adore you. I guarantee you through all the hiccups, you know what I'm saying? They're still going to be there with you. And, the thing is, like, myself, I've helped plenty of people out getting set up and, answering any questions I can on, just for whatever, because there was a YouTuber that helped me get set up. So I always like, if you got any questions, Lena, you just ask. I sat there with Ray Vive on a live Instagram call and help him get his whole live thing set up and his streaming software and learn how to use it and stuff. Same with Shakes, you know what I'm saying? And I
Awesome.
just pay it forward, when somebody comes to you next
See,
time.
and that's it. The kindness that folks have shown us when we're getting started. It's just like once you've grown and learned, you can share that with somebody else because there's always going to be somebody standing where you once were.
Oh yeah.
And like we were saying earlier, it's not a competition. It's
No,
like
you're
we help
just going
each
to
other.
inspire somebody. That's what
Right.
it is. I've had a lot of people, hit me up in comments like, "Yo, you inspired me to do my own channel." I'm like, that's fucking dope.
Right.
You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
I had somebody leave me a comment that they'd been wanting to learn ukulele. And they said that they felt inspired to, they might actually go out and get one. I'm like, yeah, do it. Do it. Like I
Absolutely.
said, $30. It was only $30 for my first ukulele.
Absolutely.
And like,
That's
I
a
don't know how many ukuleles later now, but it's kind
right.
of an addiction.
Well, now you got more than just ukuleles. You're playing with
Right.
electric guitars. In fact, you guys want to hear a song? You guys want to hear a song? Elaine, what song would you like to start them with?
Yeah, you pick. You went through my catalog, so I know you know what you want to hear.
A Okay, on the way. Okay, so I'll pick. Let's go. Let's go.
All right. Hey fam, I see y'all in chat.
I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. I know I'm having a great Sunday. Every time I get to talk to somebody, I have diarrhea of the mouth, so uh, you know, I don't always have a lot to say, but I'm always saying something. That's how I go.
The good, the
Um,
bad, the ugly.
Absolutely. If we can't be ourselves up here, you know what I'm saying, and be real with the people that we're speaking with, what's the point? You know,
Exactly. Everybody's got their own light to shine.
absolutely,
Shine your own light, not a replica of somebody else's. Just be you. The folks who love you. The ones who don't, doesn't matter. You got to be there for the ones that really appreciate you.
absolutely, and be there for the people who don't like you too. Be like, hey man, I got nothing against you. If you don't like me, that's okay. But
Right.
good luck into all your endeavors. you
Yeah,
know?
I had somebody that was trolling my blog a while back, and I was thinking, it's like I'll let their comments sit there, but I don't have to give them any attention to it because it's not out there for them. I don't have to, engage in any kind of um, explaining myself,
Oh
you
no,
know.
no.
And most of the time when somebody has something negative to do or say, it reflects more on them than the person that they're attacking.
I had somebody hit me up with a comment not too long ago. They said, "Man, you talk too much during your videos." I'm like, I'm thinking to myself, I'm a reaction channel. I should have input on pieces of music. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pause it up, talk a little bit. You know what I'm saying? But then I'll start like putting some, like, I went through this at one time. Start telling personal stories of my shit because I had diarrhea of the mouth. You know. Do you have any Thanksgiving songs?
No,
Because
no
I see a
Thanksgiving.
Christmas one.
Try the, oh yeah. So I wasn't able to do it last year because I was sick.
Hmm.
But one of my Instagram ukulele family, he does a thing every year called the 12 days of Euchamus.
Mm.
And so for the first couple of years I did that, but then last year I wasn't able to. And see, now you got me stressing because it's like I need to do 12 Christmas videos at some point.
There's not enough time. there's,
Right. We
there's
got
never enough time.
single digit days away from Thanksgiving now. Um,
Man, I can't wait because my mom. Okay, so we straight up go to the fucking food kitchen, the food closet, and we'll get fucking food. You know what I'm saying? Because this shit's expensive as fuck, and I don't give a fuck. I'll go food closet. I go up to the church, and they give out, food and shit, and we got some ribs, and we're gonna have ribs for Thanksgiving. That's just gonna be amazing,
ooh,
right? Ribs, some mac and cheese, some maybe
love
some
me
rolls.
some
Oh,
ribs.
right? That's gonna be amazing.
Yeah, and see, that's it. It's like I started getting away from doing traditional Thanksgiving food. So it's been a long time since we done a turkey. I
Mm.
think last year I got like pork tenderloins or something.
Ooh.
And it's like, but then, it's like you got to have your taters of some kind.
Sure,
And
sure,
then
absolutely.
green bean casserole with those French fried onions, got to have those.
That's the good stuff. I'm gonna do this one right here. I like
Okay.
this song. This is a classic.
This one was fun.
This is one of those. You do a lot of classics though.
Yeah. Yeah, we'll get back to it after the song. We'll talk about songwriting and covers and stuff.
Oh, absolutely. So we got Eileen and Mark Wade doing a cover of Sonny and Cher's "I Got You, Babe." Fire. Let's go. It's fire. Let me
Yeah,
tell
shout
you.
out to Amazon to make it easy to find costumes for videos. It's funny because I just saw that Lori had said that she needed that outfit, and she and I will be talking about our Amazon purchases, especially when it's just for making videos. And yeah, I'm not sure how much you've had a chance to go through Lori's channel, but I'm certain you will not be disappointed.
I just subbed up to hers and Dan's.
Yep.
So we'll be
Yep.
taking a look at more into what they're doing. I see she has like a lot of different things that she does on her channel because I was watching that intro video. It's going to be interesting going through there. Absolutely.
Oh yeah, she's a lot of fun. She's very supportive of, all the communities where she's present. And same thing with Dan. Dan is one of the folks that showed me how using a community tab works.
Mm.
So the idea of, I don't know, it's still it's funny to me that folks don't understand that if you just go out to a video, and if you've got a community tab, when you click on share on a video, you have the opportunity to either copy a link or create a post.
Hmm.
And so here's the educational piece of this interview. To create a community post, when you share, click on post, and then that is going to share it out to your community tab. And I don't like to blindly share. I like to write a little something to encourage folks. Most of the
Yeah.
things I share, I'm doing when somebody is like very close to their next milestone. because I love seeing people reach a milestone and celebrating that with them. So,
Absolutely.
you know, it's like you'll go through and you'll see. It's like I'll say somebody's close to 500. Please get out there, like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah.
And then with live streams, I like to share those out too. You know, if it's coming up, it's like get folks over there, go see what each other's about.
Yeah.
And I mean, I love that. I
I did
think
see you leave a
there's
comment on the thing. You're like, I shared it on my community tab, this interview, and I was like, that's fire.
and there's folks out there that I'm looking at in your chat that are doing the same things. And also, I know they came over here because I shared you, and I'm very happy that they've come over here and are now growing with your community. So, you know, that's really it. Everybody just has to keep supporting each other,
That's it.
keep the positive energy
And,
flowing.
and those out there that do, like Eileen does, play an instrument or do these covers and have fun with music, you know what I'm saying? You can follow me on Instagram at budgreen916. You can send me over links to your stuff. I'll put it on the list for Friday, and we will listen to it as, you know, a group of people love to listen to music.
Yeah. So
Frank,
that was
that
the
is
first
incredibly
thing.
generous, man. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that.
Uh, Thank you, fratello mio. Yeah, so Frank's my Italian brother. I call him fratello mio.
Hey, that's love right there. I appreciate that, man. That's very kind of you. And that's my dude, Chris, right there. I love you, brother, for real, man. That's my
You know, I
brother.
saw Chris earlier. It said something about, I think the video had caught his kids' attention. They had to come see what you were listening to.
They always try to jump in. We gotta see Josh, and then they'll come over after I'm done. Like, we
Aw,
just saw you on the YouTube, because they're young, they get all starstruck because I'm on
yeah,
YouTube now.
that's right. Yeah, I ran into somebody. It might have even been the eye doctor's office where, you know, it's like we were talking about YouTube, and he's like, I haven't met anybody who actually uses YouTube. And I'm thinking, okay, that's kind of cool, I guess. I don't know.
Right? You're the first. That's what's up.
I know that's kind of funny because it's like I thought, you know, social media, it's like, you know, everybody uses Facebook, everybody uses this or that. So, you know, I thought that's kind of how it was with YouTube too. But I guess if I think back to where it's just like, yeah, when I wasn't using YouTube and I was using the other platforms for the shorter videos, part of it was that I felt like in order to use YouTube, I had to do it a certain way. But, you know, it's really just however somebody wants their channel to be.
Right. Look at this. Look at that. Now we're having a nice conversation in a whole different room. That's crazy.
That that is technology right there.
That is
That's really cool that you
technology.
could actually do that, you know, where you do the background cutout so that you don't have to green screen.
Right. It just automatically does it. It's insane.
Yeah, that's awesome. Hang on, let me move back so I don't look like such a fat head next to you. There
There
we
we
go.
go. Look at that. Look
All
at
right,
we're actually in a nice location. This is amazing. So,
that's it.
would you like to have some coffee?
Don't mind if I do.
Sweet. That's fire.
Yeah, see, we can still be entertained with stuff.
What's one of your favorite collabs or covers that you've done?
One of my favorite. Oh man, I
I know they're all your
actually have a
babies.
I actually have a playlist out there of all my collabs.
Hmm.
Um, you know, just to make it easier to find. But yeah, I've done so many of them now that each one truly is, you know, special.
That is
It's like
facts.
whether it's the folks that I'm working with or so for those just joining who didn't hear the story earlier, we connected because of mutual friend, the SVR.
Yes.
And he invited me to collaborate on one of his original songs. And so doing originals is a little more challenging because they'll give you something and it'll either be something that's fully written, they tell you, here it is, do this,
Hmm.
or it'll be something where it's just like, you know, like what we did with that, he just wanted me to come up with lyrics and a melody for, the sung part through there. Is the SVR and Peru the Rising who are rapping.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
We
um,
actually got that song on cue.
oh, okay,
Just kidding.
cool. Yeah, because I think there's a lot of folks in, my usual music communities who probably haven't ever heard it.
Oh, nice.
So, but yeah, so the challenge there was to sit with his song for a little bit and see what I felt, based on what he was saying the song was about. Um, but I love doing the collaboration covers because those are easier because most of the time it's a song that you've heard a zillion times and
Right.
it's like you kind of know it by heart already, so it's the fun of getting to perform it.
Hey.
um the full band covers are a lot of fun because um it's the talent of the band. When you hear your friends playing their instruments or singing or whatever, and then being able to do that together and be anywhere around the world. Lori and I have done several collaborations with our friend who's in Poland.
Mm.
And then from there, I think that particular group is like Poland, Italy, and several locations here in the US. So, again, yay technology, because we're able to do stuff together without have ever having to, meet in person.
Yeah. Because it would have never happened. You know, uh, being able to reach out across the globe and just, you know, create a piece of work together. That's not something that the common person can do. You would have to be rich and then just kind of happen to stumble into the person that you were looking to meet like that. It would never happen.
Right. I was thinking of earlier about, the when we first started using the internet, um, way, way back when we used to disable call waiting and dial into AOL so
Mm,
that we could do stuff where you would get into like forums or chat groups or whatever, and that's how you connected with people.
yeah.
Um, and so, but that was really just communication. You'd never think of, here we are 30 years later that we're able to make music together or be
Right.
on a screen and look like, we're somewhat sitting in the same space.
Right. That's amazing.
And then the number of folks that we're able to connect with at the same time, we see 14 in chat right now.
Yeah.
And
Shout
then
out to
that
y'all,
doesn't
man.
even count for after, when the replay is available. That's all the more people that, we could touch their lives. So
That's a fact. I love it. I love your positive energy, man. It's infectious. I hope all y'all catch it out there, man.
that's right.
Even on the rewatch, if you're not having a good day, watch this and maybe your day will get a little bit better. You know what I'm saying? Now I
Yeah,
got the big
that's what
head.
I aim
I
for.
got the big head now.
Just like little
Yo, shout out
kids
to
where
my
you're like,
dude Menace, man. We love you, brother. For real. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're having a great weekend, man. It's good to see y'all in here and supporting. So those who may not know, we have Tacos and Tiaras in the building today. She plays the ukulele. She sings. She plays a guitar. She plays a bass. I mean, she really, just a few years ago took on this challenge and really starting to get it down. So it's cool to see some older stuff and then see the progression of what you're doing now. Because I remember you were talking about just rolling out of bed, picking up the ukulele, and you have some stuff on your Instagram that was just that, you laying in the bed playing the ukulele. And I'm just like, that's real shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, you can't you
well,
can't you can't knock
I
somebody for getting a skill together, right? Because you're not going to be like, oh, I just picked this up. You just
right.
you're just automatically good. No, you have to
Yeah,
learn.
that
So
there's special people out there. There's like child prodigies that, just could pick up something and just seem
right,
like they'd had lessons, but they're only 3 years old.
right,
But like I will use the word play very loosely when it comes to some of the instruments. Like now I'm like, I'd consider myself proficient on ukulele. Um, but when I was growing up, my mom actually was a piano teacher and a pianist, but it just wasn't, anything easy for me. And she would criticize how I played because it's just like, I'll tell people this story. It's just like my mom would hear me play and she's like, why are you doing that to my piano? It's like elephant stomping. And it's like, it's just not very graceful. Right. So she got me violin lessons, and that was the instrument that I was proficient on when I was growing up. I took violin lessons from, I think it was fourth to 12th grade.
Wow. That's a
And
lifetime.
so, yeah, seriously. And my dad, it's like if you would ask him, he'd get kind of pissed off that after high school, I didn't do anything with it anymore. And it was like, well, there's just some stuff that, you do as a kid because that's your activity.
Right.
But it doesn't mean that, whatever you're doing as a child doesn't mean that's what you're going to be doing as an adult.
That's a fact.
Now, I have two older brothers, and both of them also took music lessons. And only one of them is actually a professional musician. But that was like, well, that was his calling, that was his path. And, he loves what he does. But I never saw myself becoming a musician because, like we said earlier, at the time, the only ways that you could do music were to be in a studio or to be on stage.
Yeah.
And what I equated that with was the starving artist. And I was like, I don't want to be a starving artist. It's just like, I want to have money and spend it and go places and own things.
Facts.
And so my brother will tell you what it's like to be a starving artist, but he's happy. And I think that's what it comes down to.
Yeah.
With folks, it's just like when you choose your passion, you're also choosing, your happiness. So I got to the point where it's just like, okay, well, am I happy in my daily work grind? And so actually for the most part, yes, because it's like when I didn't pursue music, I actually pursued English. I got a degree in writing, and I was one of the people that was actually using my degree as a technical writer. So I was writing boring stuff like system manuals or user education or whatever. So if somebody said read the fucking manual, it's probably something that I wrote. So but
great.
that gave me the opportunity to to do the normal things of buying stuff, buying a house, buying just whatever. And it's just like not having to struggle much. I just knew that it's just like I wasn't that passionate about music. I was more passionate about the more material things than I was about music. So that part of life was like, okay, I think if I could do things differently now, especially now that we know what we do because we're living it, as far as technology being able to let everybody have a recording studio at home if they do want to or whatever. I probably still would not have, I probably wouldn't have majored in English. I probably would have done something more with music, but I don't think people necessarily have to have education, formal education to do something. There's plenty of people that go out there and they're just naturals at it. They don't need to have a certificate or a degree that says that they studied it. I think that only goes so far because, the book learning really can't do anything for natural talent. And there are just so many talented folks out there that I listen to,
There's
and I
so
watch their
many
videos.
talented people. That is a fact. You know, before I started this YouTube thing, your worldview is kind of small, right? Like, just your surroundings, you know what I'm saying? Shit is everywhere, but your worldview is pretty small. When I started this shit, it really opened the globe to me. The thing is, it's kind of mind-blowing. You know, we got my dude Monk in here right now. Just came through. Big salute, homie. How you doing, man? My dude's over there in Australia, chilling. You know what I'm saying? We got to test the northern and southern hemisphere stuff too. Like I was like, let's see. What I heard is that in Australia, when a tub drains, it goes counterclockwise. And in America, because we're in the northern hemisphere, it goes clockwise, right? Like it goes,
Right.
and it is the exact opposite. It's crazy. We watched it on IG Live. We did it.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so we got to see it instantaneously. It was freaking amazing.
Yeah, I'm looking. I know Les was in here earlier, and Les is also in Australia, but
Hey,
the big country and continent. So the chances of them being anywhere close to each other,
right? That is a fact. I want to go over there one day. I would love to go over to
Oh,
Australia.
Les had to leave. Thanks, Lori.
Shout out to Les, man.
Oh, there's Big Kahuna. Hey, Robbie Stingulator, I see you.
Hey,
I
y'all over
haven't
there
really been
puffing.
talking to the chat very much, but I do see you guys and very much appreciate that you're here.
Speaking of puffing, real quick though, you guys know I told you about the Dizzy's brand weed that I be getting.
Yeah.
I went to the weed store today, and the Dizzy's rep was there, and I talked to her about getting a sponsorship for the channel, and she's like interested. So go get that Dizzy's. Look at that strawberry
Nice.
milkshake. I had the grape soda. It's good as fuck. I had the
You know,
lemonade. It's good as fuck.
so like over here on the East Coast, it's different than the West Coast. And I told you earlier this year, I had my first experience going, that side of the Mississippi. So I actually went to Vegas, first trip there, and stopped in a dispensary. And that was my first experience in one of them. And I was just like looking around. I felt like, like when you were in Toys R Us when you're, 6 years old. That's what the dispensary looked like. I mean, it was just like,
Hey, at this
just
dispensary
gawking.
I go to over here in Sacramento, it's the only one I know of where everything isn't like behind the counters, and locked up. This place, you walk into it, it's like 7-Eleven for weed. They got shelves, and you just go pick out the weed you want, and then you take it up to the cash register, like just paying for like some soda. It's fucking crazy,
So different now.
right?
I mean, because when you think about when we were growing up and, folks, just everything was on the down low. You don't talk about it. It exists, but, and I mean, you never think that they finally have retail outlets available where people can openly buy.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. It's so nice. Like before, we had to have our medical card, but ever since like 2016, it's been recreational. So there's
Right. I was looking at a map the other day after elections because I think it was Ohio that had voted for. And so when I was looking at the map of the US to see where there was still not recreational, it's right in the Bible Belt, the Carolinas. I don't know about Georgia, but down in there, I'm like,
okay.
yeah, that's going to take a while over there.
I think so, probably. But you can. Like, if I lived in a dry state, I just take a vacation once a month over to the next state. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really gonna be next door, a couple hundred miles, maybe. And then see, those people would be smart to get like hotels that would cater to that. You know what I'm saying? Where people could take a vacation. Damn, that's $1 million idea right there.
Yeah, see, you just got me thinking. It's like, do they have like pot cruises? It's like, people have,
Oh,
the rock and roll cruises and, whatever kinds of cruises. It's just like, that'd be a really interesting one too.
yes, I would go fuck a week cruise. Although
Well, and
I don't want to be away
I'm
from the
just,
edge of the land. That just scares me. If I can't see the land, I get scared.
I'm just glad that there's a lot of folks that change their minds as far as, their outlook, because I promise you there's like a lot worse that somebody can be, ingesting. I mean, seriously, marijuana is a naturally occurring plant.
It is, and you don't have to do anything special to it. You just pick it, dry it, smoke it. I
There
use
you
it for
go.
my manic depression, bipolar. I don't take my medicine. Like I haven't taken it since I was 17.
Yeah,
So I just smoke weed, and it keeps me out of trouble. You
there you
know,
go. And it's
absolutely,
natural. I
and it's all
mean,
natural.
you just think about like freaking chemicals. I mean, I know everything's chemical, but
Sure.
the naturally occurring stuff where you don't have to mix up a whole bunch of crap,
Yeah,
you
exactly.
know?
Like pills, there's still a chemical process to that, you know. And if you take a pill like lithium your entire life, your kidneys and your liver will
Right.
fucking fail. It just will. And not that I was thinking about that when I was young. I was just like, I took lithium. It made me feel like I was high, and I was like, why don't I just smoke weed?
Right.
You know. And I've never been a pill person. You know, like I'll take ibuprofen. Don't get me wrong. You know,
Yeah,
but
we were talking about ibuprofen not long ago. I think we even mentioned it in the chat there. I think Dan and Lori had said something. But yeah, I mean it's like I try not to take it as much as I used to, but it's one of those things. If I have a bad enough migraine, it's like, okay, let me
you know,
pop four of those so that it's clinical strength.
easy, easy four
But
is
then
minimum. Facts.
but my doctor had told me, be careful because I had I had to have a imaging for something when I wasn't feeling.
Oh shit! It ended. Why did it end? Oh shit! Let me get it started back up. Look at that. I forgot the 10-minute timer came up. See, I get over here smoking these things, man. It crazy. It's crazy, bro. My dude Chris knows, man. We smoked one of these before the show. Look at this. It's made by a
What?
company called Lime, right? And it's called Blueberry Headband. And because I'm trying to get them on as a sponsor too. So shout out to Lime. Look at that shit, bro. It's hairy. It's got ice water hash rolled in keef. Yeah, let's go. Live resin extras.
Oh,
5 in a pack. And it was 35% off today. So these were like $15 for 5 of these. So that's pretty good.
so they do regular specials like that as far as like day of the week or
Yep.
towards the end of the month,
On
trying
this
to move inventory.
on so every day has like 25% off or 4 gram eighths or different types of specials every day. Sunday is my favorite because this company Dizzy's, they have this flavored weed, right? And it's so good. I mean, it literally smells like strawberries. It's fucking insane. Uh, I had one that was grape soda. It tasted like you were drinking grape soda. It was fucking crazy. So on Sunday, that's 50% off. So that half ounce of weed is $27.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and these are 35% off on Sunday, and these are like $16. Five
Shut up.
five pre rolls. Yeah, that taste like blueberries. It's fucking crazy.
Where was I? I was somewhere that there was these pre-rolls, but um they don't have retail yet for it was in Virginia. They don't have retail yet for marijuana. But they have the stuff, with like the whatever percent THC, etc.
Yeah.
And I forget what they had on that thing. And I was thinking one pre-roll was something astronomical. And it's just like, yeah, and that's not even like, I don't want to say it's not real, but it's not,
These ones are 43.14%. That's pretty high, and the weed is 38 something. I was like, the just the loose, already ground up weed is 38%. I was like, fuck, dude.
kid in a candy store.
Exactly. Yeah. So shout out to Dizzy's, man. I want that sponsorship so bad.
Yeah, well, So when you do you have, how do I put the question? Sponsorships for your shows, for your channel.
I don't have any right now.
Right.
Fiji Water, I don't know. Fiji Water reached out to me and was talking about doing a collab. So I emailed them back, and they emailed me back with a contract and everything. I couldn't download the contract, and so I hit them back, and I was like, "Is there another way I can get the contract?" And I never heard from them. So I don't know.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
It's almost like checks in the mail.
yeah,
Sure it is.
yeah. So I actually talked to the rep today. She took my phone number down. She subscribed to the channel. So it might be a scam. Your facts, but they didn't do nothing to my computer, so that's good. You know.
Oh yeah, yeah. See, I didn't even think of that. What if it was a scam? What if it was one of those things if you had been able to download the contract, but they're just trying to steal info from you?
Right.
It's one of those, yeah, just give us your bank info for direct deposit, but really we're just gonna
Yeah.
take your money.
You can throw it on my Cash App. You know what I'm saying? I'll give you my Cash
Right.
App. I'll give you my PayPal. You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I
Right.
ain't giving you my routing number. Fuck that.
Uh,
No, that's not happening. That's crazy. I have people hit me up all the time, like on Instagram with some weird shit. You know, wanting me to fucking do a collab with them, doing their fucking like jewelry and shit. And I'm like, you obviously don't watch my shit. I don't wear jewelry. Why the fuck would I do that? Sponsorship for fucking supplements and shit. And I'm like, dude, I drink soda. I'm chugging soda bottles on fucking camera. Dude, come
yeah,
on.
we were talking about like Lori and I, we were talking about it that we'll get these emails or messages on Instagram where they want you to be a brand ambassador or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And basically, all they're saying is, it's like, we found your Instagram account and just want you to buy our shit so that,
You
that you
might be
can
able to
promote
sell some of
us.
our shit. Yeah.
Yeah. And it's just like,
I
no.
told dude, he's like, did some watches, right? And I was like, I'm good, man. If you want to like give me a watch, and then I can like promote it, whatever, I'll check it out. I'll do that. And he's like, well, if you buy one, you get two free. And I'm like, no, man, I ain't buying no watch. He's like, you buy one, you get three free. And I'm like, dude, come on. Dude, come on. Stop. Just stop, bro. It's
Yeah,
enough.
it's like how far will they go as far as just to get, your one purchase?
Right.
How many will they throw in before they realize that they've actually just paid you,
Right. I
for
need
their time?
47 of them. I think that will budget out correctly. 47, please.
There you go.
Oh, osteos. All right. Oh, man. I bet you that's extremely painful. I'm sorry to hear that, Robbie. No treatment. I look forward to. Oh, my God. Yeah, do it while you can, my guy. For real. For real, dog. Take advantage of the time, man. That's facts. Damn, I'm sorry to hear that. My mom be like fucking with her hands. She'd be rubbing that cream on her arthritis cream on her hands and stuff. He said, "Let's play that
Right.
track." Okay. See,
All right.
look,
Yes.
my dude Kahuna is on it, bro. I'm telling you, my guy. You know him well. You know
Yeah.
Kahuna. You know, he is on it. That's my second brain. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah. And he will regularly send me messages to make sure that I know what's going on. So, again, just like Jorge and Lori and Dan and other folks in there, it's like they share and make sure that, you can help somebody else by getting some traffic.
Absolutely, he's always down to show love, man. And uh, I tell you the truth, man. He probably books. He probably books 60% of 70% of the interviews that come on here. I ain't even cap. Like he books a lot of people. He's like, here's another one. Here's another one. He booked this one. You know what I'm saying? He's like, hey, you need to hit her up. And I'm like, okay, I'll hit her up. We'll see what's going on. And then I found this fucking magical world of music. I forgot you were even on this track. I listened to this track years ago.
Yeah.
No, not years ago. It was, what, about a year ago?
Yeah.
11 months. There we go.
There we go.
Shout out to Heyru, by the way. We love you, Heyru.
When everything
Why
feels
is this
too
thing
much
continuing
for
to do
me.
this to me? Stop it. There we go. There we go. And shout out to my dude, the SVR, man. I'm going to drop his channel into the chat right here for y'all in case y'all don't know where to find him at. Boom. It's right there. And this was called Sanctuary, featuring Aline Lini and Hero the Rising. So how this collab come together?
Well, the SVR found me through another channel. Um, and, I think it was Carol Kim's channel, but, she used to do a show and was, helping people get their music heard and also um, getting folks to be able to, find somebody to collaborate with because there's just some stuff you can't do by yourself. And so he was looking for female vocalist and recommended me. And then, he reached out to me, showed me the track, just asked me to do something with it. And this is what we came up with.
Hey, that's what's up, man. I love it when artists can just vibe off each other and create, man. That's fucking dope. And not even be even close in vicinity. That's the thing. Like, you're not even close to each other. You're in literally different continents. It's
I was going to
amazing.
say, I'm not even 100% sure where on the planet he is.
Where
So,
SVR is,
yeah,
he is in Romania.
that's right.
Yeah.
Romania.
Shout out to Romania. That's what's up. I tell you what, he is a cool ass dude, man. Like he really likes music, and I like that the fact that he's not only rapping, he's trying to put in melodies now, and it's starting to work. So shout out to my dude SVR, man. And hey, Rue, we need you back, my guy. We love you, brother. Let's go, Sanctuary.
That it's since probably since we did it. And I forgot, oh shit, I had harmonies in there.
That's awesome. I love that part where you're talking about sitting back and looking up at the leaves, like that shit that's writing. You know what I'm saying? Like put you in a place and time. You know, that shit fire. That shit fire.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm starting to remember now the conversation that I had with him where he was talking about what he was going for as far as what Sanctuary was about, what he wanted me to think about as far as, trying to just calm yourself. What is your sanctuary as far as, I was like, okay, letting go of anxiety and stress and all that stuff. I'm glad it worked out. I really enjoyed doing that. That was the first time that I actually collaborated and, had a hand in creating something. He had the music. So I just had to come up with lyrics and that hook. And thank you, everybody. I'm happy to see that it went over well. And I told you, it's like when you did your reaction to it, I was very taken by the kindest words that you had, and again, back to what we were saying even earlier about, just be kind to folks. You never know what somebody's going through. We also forget the power of our words. So sometimes we'll say things, mean things to a person, and we may or may not mean them, or we mean them in the moment, whatever.
Right.
But the ugly words can really hurt a person, especially if they're already down.
Yeah.
So again, that's why I try to say kind things to people. I mean, I'm not saying I've never said a mean thing or haven't recently
Sure.
said a mean thing,
Sure.
but I'm a
Absolutely.
lot slower to react to something than I used to be.
Yeah. Don't mistake my kindness for weakness, please. You know,
Right.
I would request that. Um, because you're absolutely right. Look, it costs you $0 to be nice to people. If you just take this second, to hold the door open for somebody, or, whatever the stupid little thing is, man, like it doesn't matter. And it
Well,
just
and
shows
also
kindness.
realizing what you send out. Now, the rule of three, what you send out comes back to you threefold.
Oh, fuck. Oh,
So
yeah,
if
for
you're going to
sure.
be a real shit to somebody, you better be aware that that shit's going to come back on you.
Hmm.
And if you don't want that to happen, then don't put it out there.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh, shit. My motherfucking headphones. See, that's what I get. That's what I get. I got 2 stone. Thank you, weed. I appreciate you. Hold on, I'm still trying to figure this out. There we go. There we go. I can hear again.
Ah, there you go.
Yo, the tacos uh, got the gold on the poll. 17 votes. That's quite a few votes, actually. That's pretty impressive.
Yay.
So
It's
shout out
nice
to
when people
tacos.
participate.
Yes, absolutely. Shout out to the SGR crew. Shout out to everybody who showed up today, who's in Elaine's camp here. We do appreciate you. And again, if any of you guys are artists and you want to put something on Friday's playlist, do not hesitate to hit me on IG. Send me a link, and it goes on the list. $0.
Yep, and hopefully folks have been able to connect with your IG. If my current story has Sax link out there, so just go to my story, follow the link, and then what is your name on there?
Bud
Bud
Green
Green. Yeah,
916. That's what I
yeah.
used to use in my gaming stuff when I was a kid because I smoked green bud. So I put Bud Green as my name, and my mom never knew.
That's so funny. You know, it's like on Facebook, there's like all these memes and stuff about, like looking at Facebook memories. And I think some of it is geared towards like even younger people, like people my kids' age. And they're saying it's like sometimes you look at your Facebook memories and see how cringy you were. It's just like, yeah, all of us have some kind of history as far as like, I said it's like I don't mind making mistakes. I like putting that out there because it's like if it helps people feel better about the mistakes they make when they're trying to get their music right or whatever they're doing.
Sure.
It's like I do that to be encouraging, but it's the same thing with like, all of us had, stupid haircuts or outfits or whatever when we were growing up.
Oh yeah.
Not to say that, it's like sometimes we don't still do that, but,
I
don't be
had
ashamed
parachute
of who you
pants.
were.
I had parachute
There.
pants. I had hammer pants. I thought I was hammer. I thought I was
Oh
just
my
hammer, dude.
gosh.
I
The
had
hammer
I had the
pants.
hammer pants. I used to go to the fucking Friday nights. We'd have a sock hop, and it'd be all night long, just dancing, and it'd be at the roller rink. Dude, I swear to God, you could not touch this. I swear you couldn't.
I was gonna say, I'm trying to remember. I guess it was like late high school, early college for me, and hammer was still a thing. And yeah, because I remember the hammer pants. It was definitely, that transition in between there. And I'm trying to remember some of the other the outfits that girls would wear, and
They'd
it
wear their
was
hair
just
up like this. It'd be like a big old wave. I thought that shit was fly as shit, though. I thought that looked so good. I'm like, man, her hair
I
is up
tell
like
you.
12 inches. It's up
I
here.
spent more time in high school getting ready for school than I did getting ready for work as an adult. It was all about and the way we did our hair is like and mine's naturally straight. So I would get up early to get ready for school and I have fucking curling iron and I have to go all the way around to it. So I had bangs and I had the bangs that you're talking about. You don't just curl them. First you spray them with hairspray
Yeah, that
and then you curl
industrial
them.
straight shit.
Right. And so then it's kind of like freeze curls at first, but then you have to, puff them up. But then it doesn't stop there. You have to get out the hairspray and spray it. And then you use a hair dryer to make it stay in place. Now, the stuff on the sides, that was the real work
Ugh.
because I would take a brush and I'd hold it like this and have it come out, a little bit like this and then spray it and the brush is holding it in place. Get the hair dryer again and dry it.
That's like building a
And it's
house.
like, yeah, it's still out like that far. And
That's
it's just
fire.
like, but then gravity, you pull it down a little. It's like, oh shit, gotta go again. So you get the brush again, you get more hairspray again, get the hair dryer again. It's yeah.
No, that's the process. I respect
It
that. I
was.
respect that. That's like a 3 hour process.
Oh, it was so it's probably been 10 years now, but at work we had done uh themes during the week. And so on 80s day, I went and did my 80s hair. And at the time I had bangs again. And so I was like, all right, here we go. So as an adult doing what I was doing, like 25, 30 years before, and trying to get my hair to go like that again, it was very entertaining, but it was also like I was
You're having
cussing while I
flashbacks.
was doing it because I was just like, I can't believe I used to spend all this time just to get ready for school doing my hair like that. But that was it. Was it, the higher the hair, the closer to God,
Facts. Facts. Yo, that's fire. Uh, I wanted to answer Laurie's question. Laurie, yes, you can send me anything you like. As long as it doesn't have a heavy copyright on it, we're good. Because I only do live streams. So if it has like a Sony or, some major label claim on it, then I probably can't do it. But anything else, let's go. No copyrights here. Let's go. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking
Awesome.
about. Yeah, man. My dude, Kahuna, he wanted to know. He said, please ask if she's in touch with her Philippine side and if she has any songs in her dialect.
Oh Lord. So my mom and dad are both musical. I told you earlier my mom was a pianist, and but my dad, his thing was singing and playing guitar. He's a, self-taught guitar. And they besides them playing stuff, they also had all their records to play. So I grew up in the bilingual household. My mom and dad talked to each other in Tagalog. And
Okay.
so I grew up listening to their music. And my parents, my mom lived to be 87, and my dad's turning 87 next month. So a lot of their taste
That's
was like,
amazing. Sorry. Let me just shout out your parents. That's amazing.
well,
My
it's
mom's
like
about to
the,
turn 70, and it's just like every day you don't know when it's going to be, and it's like
well, and for my dad, for him to be going on 5 years, without my mom, I think he's amazing because
that's
it's like,
soldier right there.
when you hear people that are 80 plus and they've been married 50 plus years, when one dies the next one's not too soon after. And my dad here, he's almost 5 years later, and I keep telling him, it's like, dude, whatever earthly shit that you have to fix before you can go, figure it out, because I know he's miserable. My parents are married more than 50 years and were each other's best friends. And then
Yeah.
once me and my brothers grew up and moved out, it was just them. And so, that's your person. And, the early part of their marriage, my dad was enlisted in the Navy. So
Wow.
they missed out on
Again,
time
shout out to
together.
your pops, man, because my parents served as well. So thank you.
And it's very hard on a family, but my mom and dad did it. He missed out on a lot of time with us when we are little, but here we are. You don't make up for lost time, but he and I have quality time together now. And so anyway, the back to them being musical, they would play their music, so it was just very natural for me to be familiar with it. I don't speak Tagalog because my mom and dad just didn't think it was really, necessary. So I'm still trying to learn. I can't really form my own sentences or even write it, but I can kind of speak it.
Oh, nice.
And so the songs that I grew up with that were popular with my parents, I know some of those, and I've actually got one recording, maybe short. It's probably a short, and I'm trying to learn more of them. But I'll go and sing to my dad, and he's a lot nicer now. But his thing was like, "Why are you butchering my songs?"
He's like, can you just put the song on? Come
But
on.
I think my dad's that type of person that it's too hard for him to say something nice, so he'll say something sarcastic or poke fun, but that it's like the
Lighthearted.
pull the hair of the girl that you like kind of
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely. Absolutely. Shout out to your pops, man. We got another song. You want to
Thank
listen to one
you.
more song and then maybe wrap it up? And
Sounds good.
okay, cool. Because I don't know how much time you got. We're coming up to about 2 hours now, and I generally don't go past
Sweet.
that. But man, it has been an easy conversation. Let me tell you, It's been a great time with the chat, man. Y'all are amazing out there for real. Who's out of here? Who's out of here? Laurie's out of
Whoever
here.
has to roll. Thank you.
Hey, thank you, Laurie.
I
Thank you for coming
appreciate
through.
you, fam.
You guys are way too kind. Thank you, Laurie. I appreciate you. Hit me up on Instagram, BudGreen916. Send me whatever links you want the people to hear. You see this list. It's got 222 videos on it. This is my Friday list. Yeah, it's never ending. And I love it. I love it so
and let me
much.
tell you. So Lori just mentioned that she's got a premiere tonight at 8:30 Eastern, 5:30 your time. Lori and Frank Turzo. It's actually Lori's doing a cover of a song that Frank Turzo wrote.
Oh, nice.
It's called New World. So, after we're done here, you might be able to pop by Lori's premiere.
Yeah, I'll do that, and I'll put that one on the list. You ain't even got to.
There you go.
You ain't even got to send it to me. I'll put that on the list. We got one right here. This is it looks like it's Lori and you.
No doubt. Yes, we actually have a full band on this one. You'll see some more of our community family.
Shout out to my dude Kahuna, man. He's sending these over. He's this guy. He just knows. He just knows. I don't know how he knows. He just knows, man.
Hey, welcome back, Dan. Terzo, Jorge, Kahuna. Hey, Stingulator, I still see you.
Yeah, boy.
Yeah, this is a fun one. We enjoyed this one too.
Yeah, big love and respect to y'all, man. Thank y'all for coming out. I hope you guys are enjoying your Sunday afternoon, Sunday evening now. I know it's about dinner time, so we're not going to keep you too much longer, but we're going to play my guy's request and really vibe out on a song that I haven't heard probably since early 2000s. So this is going to be fire. Take me back in time. Come on. Lori's Miss Mosh. This is let me do we know who's all playing? Let me just shout everybody out.
I'm pretty sure it was Lori.
PJ.
Yeah, PJ Kobe.
R4, Aline on vocals, and Sith on bass. Let's go. Shout out to everybody involved.
Take this pink ribbon off my eyes. I'm exposed and it's no big surprise. Don't you think I know exactly where I stand? This world is forcing me to hold your hand. 'Cause I'm just a girl, oh little old me. Well,
That's the band right there.
That was so much fun.
You know what?
And I know I keep talking up Lori, but when you get over there and you check out her channel, she did the video editing on that one.
I was going to
But
say shout out to the editor.
when you go and look at some of her newer work, you can see that since then, I mean, that was great, but she just keeps getting better and better at her editing.
Hey, shout out to you, Laurie, because I was gonna say whoever edited this is a fucking genius. Like seriously, you captured all the fun that you guys were having, even though you were nowhere near each other. It was like you were near each other and having just the best time of your life. That's freaking awesome. That's
Yeah, these around the globe bands of ours, just, I mean, we are really, lucky, blessed, whatever word you want to call it,
yeah,
just to be able to uh, that the universe would conspire for all of us to meet and be able to make music together.
yeah, absolutely. The stars aligned.
That's right.
I'm telling you, it's not going to stop here either. It's going to grow bigger with more great people, to fill your days with. So, uh, I want to thank you for coming through and hanging out with us and getting to know, you behind the music and you as a person more. And thank you for the stories that you shared with us.
Thank you for having me, and thank you for running your interviews. I mean, it's like I've been to a few of them and enjoyed. I gotta tell you, the one that you did with Chris, the I can't tell you what it is. His comics.
Oh yes, yeah, that was fire.
Can't remember. So it seemed arbitrary that, I'm just watching an interview, come out here, support you and everything. It turned out he actually was able to help me with something because my brother, the musician, was headed to China and had all these questions about, using his devices. I'm like, bro, I just met somebody who's actually spent a lot of time in China more recently. Let me connect you. So they connected on Instagram and he was able to answer questions for my brother.
That's amazing. That is
So
amazing.
I know. So
'Cause he
even though
did.
it
He
seemed
was-
like,
He loves some China and he loved going over there. He's been there. He does business there. That's smart and that's
So
amazing. That was able to work out.
it didn't seem like that information be all that useful for me, but it turned out it was.
Right?
Passed it along to my brother, and like I said, you never know who you're going to meet, how you're going to connect, and
That's a
how you
fact.
can help each other.
That's a fact. Yo, we got about 4 minutes. I know
All
you got
right.
a lot of love in the chat right here. Is there anybody you want to shout out?
Oh, I'm shouting at everybody. Oh, so I'm reading from bottom up. Hey, Jeff, that's Metalhead Hippie.
Shout out
Metalhead Hippie
Metalhead.
is somebody who also runs regular shows. And see, I could tell you about everybody's shit. He's got his regular hippies musicians montage tonight,
Let
Sunday
me see here.
nights. Tuesdays, sometimes he has a community hang. And then Fridays, he's got the global, is it 907 co-op? That's where he does all original music from the community. So, again, folks that have these shows where you've given a platform for other creators to help reach further, keep connecting.
That's it.
Just it's not a competition. We're all out here to help each other grow and just keep shining music and positivity, make the world a better place.
That's a fact. The table is big enough for everybody to have a seat. That is just a fact. We're all going to have
That's
a
right.
feast and, help those ones that are down below you, help them up. It's just that easy. There's no reason to
That's right.
step on someone's head. That's just a fact. And Chris
Don't
is the
need
homie.
to.
Huh? Chris is the homie, man. That dude's a great guy, man. I hope you find all the happiness you can in this music, man. It seems like you got and built a great community around you. It was an honor to be able to sit down with you. We don't have anything else coming up until Friday. Oh no, maybe Thursday. I don't know if I booked on Thursday. Hold on. Nope, no booking on Thursday. So Friday we'll be back at it with This Week in Hip Hop. And those who don't do hip hop necessarily, we still do all underground music. So Metalhead, hit me on Instagram at budgreen916. Send me over whatever you want to be put on the list. There's a lot of songs on the list, but we got you, my guy. Anybody else too? Lenny, you want to send over anything you want to promote? It's doors open, wide open.
Yeah, thank you to everybody who showed up tonight. Very, very full heart, and I appreciate you supporting me, but also now you're here supporting new family member. Thank you.
That's what's up, man. Let's go. The sky's the limit, and then we're gonna break through that and go into space. That's what I'm talking about. I'm gonna take this weed with me. Shout out to Dizzy's, man. So
There you go.
let me just plug them again. I'm gonna give me some strawberry milkshake.
I don't know, just looking at that, I can smell it.
It smells exactly. For some reason it smells like strawberries and milk. You know,
Strawberry quick.
like that. Yes, it's crazy. They got some joints out here called peach rings. And remember the peach rings you used to go to the store, the gummy ones?
Still got them.
It tastes just like that. It's so weird. Shout out to the fucking weed scientist. Yo, we love y'all. Have a continued great weekend, and we'll see you guys on the next one, all right?
Thanks,
Peace.
everybody.
All right, we are clear.